Hello, folks. This is Lalita, your personal health coach and registered dietitian. Folks, today I have something that I've created and I've personalized for myself that I'm going to share with you, the AOTC movement. This is the ahead of the curve movement. Now that we're going to have a lot of change with the weather, especially where we live right now, it's going to be winter soon. And we definitely want to prepare in different ways to keep ourselves fit and physically able to deal with the extreme conditions, because this is when you also see a lot of the illnesses and ailments cropping up. And do you notice this plant right behind me? This is an outdoor hardy plant, and it actually is kept indoor now, and that's where we are being proactive. This is the ahead of the curve movement. Considering that the weather is going to be pretty severe outside and there's going to be really bad temperatures, which is going to be in the minus and the freezing, we've kept these plants indoors. Even though they may be enjoying sunlight outside, we need to protect them from these severe weather conditions. Likewise, folks, for you and for me and for our community, it is very critical that we pay attention to our body cues to be ahead of the curve and be more proactive. So simple body cues like, constant headaches that you would be getting, or, a skin irritation that's causing, or some kind of an allergy that you've developed with your skin, or distress with your stomach that has been going on for a period of time. Don't just ignore such body cues, because your body tells you and takes care of things naturally much early on than you would treat the condition at a later time. And this goes back to the simple logic of treating the cause and not the symptoms. In Ayurveda, which is one of the oldest forms of medical forms of treating with roots and herbs, and the natural form of treating your body, it clearly states that it is always better to treat the cause than the symptom. So, pay attention to your body cues early on to be more proactive in that sense. Number two, going back to your roots. As an Asian Indian myself, I strongly believe that some of those values imbibed in my lifestyle, some of the eating habits that has been followed all through my lifestyle, what my grandmother has taught me, what my mother has taught me, certainly works in favor for me. So I'm sure there are many such value systems that you have followed as a kid. Go back to the roots to keep proactive and to be ahead of the curve, to follow those value systems and those cultural habits that you've been following all your life to keep your lifestyle stable and healthy. Number three, strengthen your immunity. Folks, I can't stress enough how important it is to keep your foundation strong and stable, especially vulnerable groups. When I talk about vulnerable groups, I mean pregnant women, adolescents, growing children, elderly people. You want to ensure that you keep your immunity strong, so there is any adverse conditions that can hit you, you can take care of it with having good self-defense and good immunity. And this is where it is important for you to be eating a diet which is enriched with a lots of fruits and vegetables, more natural foods, avoid processed foods, and try and keep your body hydrated with simple, beverages that are low in sugar, and avoid a lot of the carbonated beverages in terms of good eating habits. The next important thing that I include with the AOTC movement is the physical, mental, and emotional well-being. I see around us there is so much mental distress and so much mental turmoil that we fight more than actual physical turmoil that we are fighting. And we don't realize that, folks, but we just either don't pay attention to it or we're just in denial sometimes. And paying attention to your thought process, the surroundings that you're around, and the relationships that you have is absolutely critical to keep you in line with the physical, mental, and social well-being. And of course, lifestyle modification, which we talked about earlier, which is, kind of being proactive in different ways. This definitely is another important factor in the AOTC movement, where in the lifestyle modifications, you want to make changes that are sustainable, that are permanent, and that is for the better. So the change has to be for the better. Finally, focusing on the quality of life and not the quantity of life. With the advancement in medicine and technology today, we are for sure going to outlive our previous generation. And with that being said, folks, it is very, very important for us to pay attention to the quality of our life than the quantity of our life. How many years we live is definitely important, but are we living it well with physical, mental, and emotional well being is also equally important. And the last segment that I would like to talk about is bioindividuality. And this, I think, is a super duper important thing to be remembering and talking about, because I notice a lot of my clients very often end up following or just taking guidance from others about diet without realizing if it's actually effective and if it's going to work for them. Be this, if it is a keto diet or a cabbage diet or a detox diet, you have to first understand that one man's food is another man's poison. So the bioindividuality here really means that you want to make sure that you make the changes according to your lifestyle, according to your pattern of eating, according to your requirements, which for you in itself, or for me for that matter, changes over a period of time. We are not eating what we used to eat when we were teenagers, and we're not eating what we eat as adults when we are older people. So it's going to be constantly changing. I hope this was useful information for you with the AOTC movement, ahead of the curve movement, the proactive way of living healthy, well, and happy. Please share, subscribe, and like my YouTube channel, Nurture the Artist. This is Lalita Ramamurthy, your health coach and registered dietitian. Have a fantastic day and stay healthy.